Good evening. Welcome to Fox 54 News at 5:30. I'm Kenesha Dees. Some of us got wet setting up our grill ahead of the 4th of July today. Take a look. Rain made its way into the Tennessee Valley, bringing with it some dark clouds. You see a little bit of cloud cover there, and I'm sure in some areas leaving lots of puddles behind. But will this impact your July 4th plans? We'll find out if it'll rain on our parade. From Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Jordan, rain today. Any more expected tonight and into Independence Day?
We're definitely going to continue to talk about the chance of rain over the next couple of hours across the Tennessee Valley, but I think many of us are going to be dry by the time we get to fireworks. And I know a number of different locations are having their fireworks tonight. We are still talking about some scattered shower and thunderstorm activity across the Tennessee Valley, and some of this activity has been packing a bit of a punch through the course of the afternoon. I know we've had some gusty winds across the Tennessee Valley. We've had a couple of wind gusts in excess of 30 or 40, close to 45 or 50 miles per hour. Now, the good news is that the wind gusts of that magnitude have not been lasting too terribly long, and that's just kind of the nature of summertime shower and thunderstorms. We're talking about some fairly widespread rain up across southern Middle Tennessee, some thunderstorms hanging out Huntsville and then points to the south. We're also talking about some other thunderstorms across northeast Alabama. Again, a lot of this activity should really begin to clear its way on out of here as we head into the middle and later part of the evening. The good news is that because of the rain, temperatures have really fallen off, 73 in Huntsville. But what about the rest of your weekend? We'll talk about it in great detail here in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, and Huntsville Utilities reports more than 11,000 people are without power as storms hit North Alabama. Huntsville Utilities outage map shows 69 active outages, with, as you see here, more than 11,600 customers without power as of 5 p.m., with most outages in the Research Park and Bailey Cove areas. Crews now working to restore power as soon as possible. At this time, Huntsville Utilities has not provided an estimated time for restoration. If you need to report a power outage, call 256-535-4448. The Jackson County Emergency Management Agency is assessing storm damage in the Section area after severe weather moved through yesterday. Officials took to social media asking residents to report any damage to homes, businesses, roads, or property to help identify impacted areas and coordinate response efforts. If you see damage, you're asked to include the location, type of damage, and photos if it's safe to take them. Emergency officials also remind you to avoid down power lines, damaged structures, and other hazardous areas. A man arrested in Muscle Shoals died today after suffering a medical emergency while in custody, authorities say. During a routine check at the Muscle Shoals jail, officers say they found Christopher Whitehurst unresponsive and experiencing an unknown medical emergency. They say emergency crews arrived and took Whitehurst to Shoals Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. He was booked into the jail Wednesday on a public intoxication charge. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency has been asked to review the incident. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy announced more than $1.7 billion in Federal Aviation Administration grants this week. The funds aim to benefit airports across the country, including right here in the Rocket City. Huntsville International Airport will get around $970,000 to build airport drainage and erosion control, build a taxiway, and rehabilitate taxiways. In total, Alabama airports will receive around $15 million. Duffy says these investments address infrastructure needs, family-friendly improvement, and more. Tonight, Madison is celebrating a big milestone as the city joins the many communities across the country honoring America's 250th birthday. Dublin Park is now filling up with food, music, and of course, a fireworks show to wrap up the night. Fox 54's Valentina Chalala now joins us live from Dublin Park. Valentina, is everything ready to go for tonight's event? I know we're dealing with some rain and rumbling.
Yeah, Kenesha, it is a little cloudy, but everything is all set up. We've got a few families starting to trickle in. Organizers have the stage ready to go for all of the musicians. And while weather may have canceled yesterday's parade, a little rain doesn't seem to be stopping the party tonight. The food trucks are all lined up. around the parking lot, serving food everyone can enjoy. Kids can join the fun with bouncy castles to burn off some energy, and the music is fixing to take over that stage with the band Redstone Avenue kicking things off before Groove takes over later tonight. But tonight isn't just a big night for residents. Fox 54 spoke with the owner of New South Hot Dogs and Sushi food truck, Albert Toe, who says this celebration is always a huge night for business.
The first 3 years, we kind of get blindsided a little bit. We under prep, we didn't bring enough food, we always sold out. So now the event have grown so big, we always come prepared. So we prep 3 days prior to make sure never run out of food. Even the weather is a little rough today, but it's gonna turn out really well.
Well, you just heard it. Some of these food trucks have spent days preparing for tonight. So if you've got a safe way to get here, a nice hardy raincoat, come on over, grab some food, and have a good time. Live in Madison, I'm Valentina Chalala, Fox 54 News.
Looks like they're holding out. Thank you, Valentina. If you want to attend, parking is available at Bob Jones High School with free shuttle service running to Dublin Park. Fireworks are scheduled to start around 9 p.m. with tonight's celebration wrapping up shortly after. Watch Independence Day celebrations and fireworks from across the country tomorrow right here on the Fox 54 app. Before you join in on the firework fun this weekend, Huntsville Police Department is reminding you that not all fireworks are legal within city limits. HPD says city ordinance prohibits the use, possession, display, and sale of unapproved fireworks within city limits unless otherwise allowed by state and local law. Officers say you may be issued a citation and have your fireworks confiscated if caught. Officials also ask that you don't call 911 to report fireworks unless there is an immediate threat. The Decatur Police Department is asking you to avoid celebratory gunfire this 4th of July, warning that it can have deadly consequences. Police said firing a gun into the air is both dangerous and illegal because bullets fired upward will eventually fall back to the ground. This can cause property damage, like you saw on your screen, and even hurt or kill someone. Officials say avoiding celebratory gunfire can help ensure the holiday is remembered for the right reasons. We have a few Fox 54 traffic impact alerts ahead of the 4th of July. If you're heading to downtown Huntsville to celebrate the 4th of July tomorrow, Huntsville Police Department is urging you to plan for road closures and heavier than normal traffic. Road closures begin at 8 a.m. and take place in phases throughout the day as crews prepare for the American Eras Parade at 5 p.m. The department urges you to allow extra travel time, use alternate routes, and watch for pedestrians. Huntsville Police Department will also be holding safety checkpoints this 4th of July weekend. Officials say the checkpoints are to cut down on reckless and impaired driving. Some possible locations include Church Street and Pratt Avenue, Clinton Avenue and Monroe Street, University Drive and Old Monrovia Road, and Bankhead Parkway and Douglas Lane. If you're stopped at a checkpoint, HPD says it's important to have your license, registration, and insurance ready. If you're heading to Florence for the Spirit of Freedom fireworks, plan for heavy traffic after the show. Florence police will direct thousands of drivers through temporary detours to help keep traffic moving. If you're traveling west, you'll be routed from Highway 20 to Beverly Avenue and College Street. Eastbound drivers will use Pine Street to the O'Neill Bridge. For more Fox 54 traffic impact alerts, go to fox54.com. And if you're firing up the grill this 4th of July, you may notice higher prices for burgers and steaks at the grocery store. Cattle producers in Tennessee say livestock prices have increased, but higher returns are being offset by rising costs for fuel, fertilizer, seed, and equipment. Farmers say expenses have climbed sharply in recent years, keeping profit margins tight. Producers also say years of drought have forced many farmers to reduce herd sizes, contributing to a smaller cattle supply nationwide.
The input cost for beef cattle has risen just as everything else has. Steel fence posts, they're 10 times what they cost 10 years ago.
We've had ongoing droughts for the last 3 to 4 years, kind of on and off, and it has impacted. We've had to sell off a lot of our cattle, and that's pretty common.
Yeah, farmers say weather, feed costs, and the size of the nation's cattle herd will all play a major role in where beef prices go from here.
We want to properly handle the flag, and it shows respect for the country.
Yeah, leaders at a Huntsville American Legion post encourage us to respect the flag by retiring it. Learn when to do it and how to leave it in their hands next. And the tiny trains are back. Take a look. Grand Funk Railroad celebrates July 4th. America 250 will take you to Owens Crossroads. A couple brings back a tradition in Owens Crossroads. Their backyard filled with tiny trains and tracks, open to the public for the 4th of July. Check this out. This is Grand Funk Railroad. The Garden Railroad is open to the public this weekend with a 4th of July overlay to help celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Fox 54 spoke with owner Grant Sweer about what guests can expect to see on the rails this holiday weekend.
This year we're putting out our patriotic trains. We have one locomotive that comes from 1976, and that was the Freedom Train. And then we have another patriotic train, and then we're also running our Amtrak trains today with the road railers. And all of them are having our American flags out and dressed up, so that way we're showing off our red, white, and blue.
How cool is that? We'll check out when the railroad will open on their Facebook page. We'll hear more from the Grand Funk Railroad tonight on Fox 54 after the World Cup. As we celebrate our nation's 250th birthday, you're probably going to see plenty of American flags. But what happens when it's time to retire one? The U.S. Flag Code calls for flags to be properly retired, and organizations such as the American Legion will help make sure flags are retired correctly. Fox 54 spoke with leadership from Legion Post 237 about when it's time to retire a flag and why it is so important.
When the flag becomes soiled, dirty, frayed, or torn, it should be taken down and replaced, and the old flag should be properly retired. And we do that here at the American Legion.
The veterans are very important, but we want to properly handle the flag, and it shows respect for the country and for the men and women who served and continue to serve. It's a great, it's an honor to them to see the flag treated respectfully.
Wow, well, if you have an American flag that needs to be retired, contact your local American Legion post. Explosive sales this summer. Yes, we're talking about fireworks. A lot of them expected to go off for America 250, and selling them is a lot of work. We go behind the scenes to see how. And Jordan, how's our weather shaping up for fireworks?
Yeah, I think as we head later and later into the evening, we're going to see some improvement. I know we're talking about rain right now, but improvement later. We'll discuss in greater detail here in a couple of minutes.
Over County 911, what's the address of your emergency room? Okay, your wife is in a bar, you said she's unresponsive?
This is what he's going to tell you. How to get out of that situation.
And I grabbed the gun.
Trying to find the first place to put a body.
No, sir. The only thing they could do was kill him.
You want to say anything? We, the jury, and to find the defendant.
Fireworks stands across the area are continuing to prepare for one of its busiest times of the year, but selling fireworks in Alabama takes a lot of work. John Clift sets up his fireworks stand outside of S&J Produce Farms each year around the 4th of July and New Year's. Clift says the state fire marshal requires a permit that includes having the right location and an enclosed structure. Clift adds there's a lot of work behind the scenes, from stocking inventory to adding new items into the system.
The first week or so, it's basically advertisement. You know, we sit out here 8 to 10 hours a day for the first week, knowing that we're not going to sell much, but we're here so the public can view us sitting here, so when they're ready to purchase, like myself, they wait till the last minute and they go get them. And so tomorrow's our big day.
Tomorrow's the big day. Clift says there's extra excitement this year as, of course, the country celebrates its 250th year. He says more people may be buying fireworks to celebrate and show their patriotism. If you still need fireworks, the S&J stand will be open all day tomorrow. Speaking of fireworks, a lot of us wonder if certain areas of the Tennessee Valley will be able to have a show because of the weather we've seen, but it's all quiet now in Decatur. We'll see if it'll remain that way the rest of this evening.
Yeah, it's important to understand that we're talking about rain right now. And I know a lot of people get afraid, because I probably would be too. They think if it's raining in one moment, then it's going to be raining into the next moment. And that's not how this works. That is especially not how summertime showers and thunderstorms work. And I feel like they can plague you and make you fearful for the future. But are you ready for the weekend?
I'm ready. And I would imagine you're saying to folks, fret not.
Yes, that is, I feel like, a very long way of saying fret not. And the radar, there should have been a disclaimer, like a viewer discretion is advised sort of a thing, because at the core, this right here looks really intimidating. And like, I totally get that it looks like there's a lot of rain across the Tennessee Valley, but a lot of this is diurnally driven, and it's not gonna stick around very long. For instance, we kind of got this activity hanging out through Madison County. Now this is gradually gonna begin to push its way to the west, and it's moving somewhat quickly. Yes, there is a little more widespread rain hanging out up across southern middle Tennessee, but even that is not gonna stick around too terribly long, and it's gonna begin to fizzle out here over the next couple of hours. The strongest thunderstorm we have is down in Coleman County. County. As a matter of fact, a brand new severe thunderstorm warning was just issued for this thunderstorm down in Coleman County, kind of right along the I-65 corridor. Coleman down into Good Hope, back into Hanceville. They're talking about some pockets of heavier rain, gusty winds, and a little bit of thunder and lightning. But again, a lot of this activity is diurnally driven, and as we begin to lose a lot of that daytime heating over the next couple of hours, a lot of this activity is going to fizzle out. Now, it is important to understand that there is another opportunity for rain as we head into the July 4th holiday. That activity is going to be much more isolated in nature compared to what we're talking about today. And then better opportunities for widespread rain build in as we head into Sunday and Monday, and then continue through a good part of next week. Here's Futurecast as we head into the lunch hour on Saturday. A couple of really spotty showers beginning to show up on Futurecast, but many of us are going to be dry. Many of us get to enjoy plenty of sunshine, and that's going to remain the case as we head into Saturday afternoon. A couple of spotty showers might be possible here and there, but Saturday is going to be much drier compared to what we're talking about this afternoon and this evening. Futurecast tries to bring some additional rain in 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I don't necessarily agree with that. We're going to be dry through the overnight. A couple of passing showers might develop Sunday morning, but then as we head into Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening, the coverage of rain is definitely going to increase across the Tennessee Valley before it begins to trail off Sunday night and then early into Monday morning. As we head into Monday afternoon, once again, another round of isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. The one thing that's not going to be as big of an issue over the next couple of days, heat indices. They're going to continue to drop off Saturday and Sunday, and then dropping off even further Monday through Wednesday of next week. Maybe that kind of goes without saying since we're increasing the opportunities for rain. Those of us that have seen rain are quite cool. 73 right now in Huntsville, 88 though in Coleman. That'll drop here soon. 73 degrees in Fayetteville. 73 as we head into the overnight. So those of us that have fallen into the 70s really aren't going to move much more over the next several hours. 94 for the 4th of July. Not bad. It is going to be warm, but it is July, so we kind of expect it to be warm. And then 92 degrees for your Sunday. Have a good look at the next 7 days. There's your weekend again, 94, 92, Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures just at or just below where we should be this time of year through much of next week. 90 is a very popular number. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, all talking about high temperatures of exactly 90 degrees. I've actually got the upper 80s next Wednesday.
The 4th of July weekend is here. If you still haven't made plans for you and the family, here's a bunch of events lined up for you to enjoy in the Tennessee Valley. First, the city of Athens will host its biggest Red, White, and Boom celebration yet. This event will kick off with Red, White, and Zoom at 7 a.m. with food, music, and family-friendly fun starting at 4 p.m. Red, White, and Boom is tomorrow at the Athens Sports Complex. Next, Decatur will celebrate the 60th annual Spirit of America Festival tomorrow at Point Mallard Park. This event includes a kids' bike parade, a car show, and plenty of live music and fireworks for you to enjoy. This celebration is from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. And Henniger will celebrate Independence Day with the Sand Mountain Potato Festival tomorrow. This family-friendly event will feature a patriotic parade, live entertainment, and vendor markets. The festival runs from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. at Henniger City Park. As always, if none of these events are your style, head over to fox54.com for a full list of this weekend's happenings. Tomorrow is also your last chance to check out the camp at Mid-City before the venue closes its doors. But don't worry, the camp's general manager says this isn't goodbye, but it's see you soon. In fact, they're relocating just 2 blocks into Mid-City District. Officials say the new space will build on what guests love about the current venue, expanding the space and entertainment. You're encouraged to visit and celebrate the venue's history and enjoy events before the move.
It is a homecoming for one Huntsville High School graduate. Coming up next in sports, we talk with Pensacola's Christian McLeod. Stick around.
Fox 54 Plus has your news, sports, and weather. Start your evening with Fox 54 at 5:30, delivering the latest headlines and live reports straight from the scene. Then stay informed with Fox 54 News at 9, featuring your Tennessee Valley certified most accurate weather impact team, tracking everything from tornado threats to traffic delays during severe weather. Fox 54 Sports Extra brings you more of what sports fans crave, with deeper insights, expert analysis, and all the action that matters most. On Fox 54 Plus, you'll also find Alabama politics, Plus 24/7 weather radar and real-time forecasts to keep you ahead of the storm. Looking for a quick recap? Don't miss Fox 54 Week in Review, highlighting the biggest stories of the week. Jumpstart your morning with Morning Rush. Fast-paced news updates, featured with uplifting stories from across the globe. Get your entertainment fix with Getting Real, where we break down movie reviews, top 10 lists, and spotlight the newest film. Die Hard fan? Locked On Sports dives deep into the Crimson Tide, the Tigers, college rivalries, and pro action. True crime warrior style? Killer Cases brings you gripping real-life stories that stick with you. Hungry for more? Cooking with Style serves up mouth-watering recipes that are easy to make and impossible to resist. From movie previews before you head to the theater with Take a Look to must-know headlines from across the region and around the world with In the News. Watch all of these shows on demand and also on the Fox 54 News app. Available on Android and iOS devices. Streaming 24/7.
The Rocket City Trash Pandas are 3 games down, 3 games to go in their series with the Pensacola Blue Wahoos. But there's one guy in the visiting bullpen who's pretty familiar with North Alabama. It's a homecoming for Blue Wahoos pitcher Christian McLeod. McLeod went on to Mississippi State after his time with the Panthers. He was drafted by the Minnesota Twins in 2021. McLeod was recently picked up by the Miami Marlins system, and he now gets the opportunity to come home. McLeod says he always remembers his playing days in the Rocket City.
It impacted me a lot. I mean, there's still guys that I talk to this day. You know, some of the best days of playing baseball are in high school. You go to class, you get out at 2 o'clock, you just go straight to the baseball field. And, you know, some of those relationships are just so special, and they'll last a lifetime.
McLeod's been able to get some hometown support from his family throughout this series. His dad, Kevin McLeod, was once a member of the Huntsville Stars. Focusing on the home squad, Trash Pandas pitcher Nate Snead is back on the mound as the starter for Rocket City. He's been making quick moves in the Los Angeles Angels system, now ranking as the number 14 prospect for the Halos. Snead says he's trying to remember to have fun.
Kind of just think about where I've came from throughout all the years and just remember that I'm just having fun with it, and it is my career and it is my job, but I'm supposed to have a lot of fun and enjoy these new teammates and enjoy every level and try and become the best I can be every single day. Staying in my routine, nothing really needs to change. Just being myself out there is the biggest thing.
Snead was drafted by the Angels last year. Before that, he was with Tennessee, where he won a national championship in 2024. From Toyota Field in Madison, Gabe Glassman, Fox 54 Sports.
All right, coming up tonight on Fox 54 News after the game, power restored to thousands after an outage in Decatur, and we now know the slithery cause. Details ahead. A record number of people will hit the road this July 4th, while many are bracing for the heat. Gas prices are starting to cool. We'll tell you more. And an Owens Crossroad couple is bringing back a popular tradition to celebrate America's 250th birthday. We board the Grand Funk Railroad tonight on Fox 54 News. Before we let you go, a shop in Savannah, Georgia is giving kids the chance to get free ice cream if they can recite the Pledge of Allegiance. It's all for the I Pledge for ice cream. That's kind of cute. Well, every Monday in July, children 12 and under who can recite the Pledge of Allegiance will get a free scoop from Leopold's Ice Cream. This is part of a partnership with ice cream shops around the country to encourage patriotism among children. I mean, listen, if the incentive is sweets for kids, more likely than not, they're going to go for it.
Exactly. And I mean, most kids, probably all of them actually, have to say the Pledge of Allegiance every day in school.
Yeah, I know I did.
You know, so unless they have forgotten it over the last couple of months, and I doubt they have, this should be very easy. Now, if you, I don't know if you recognize the brand of the shop you said, but that is that shop that comes out with weird flavors. They're the ones that had the mac and cheese flavored ice cream at one point, I do believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, it gives kids a chance to experiment some different flavors.
Exactly.
Too.
We're going to talk about a little bit of rain for the next couple of hours, but that'll fizzle out in time for fireworks.
All right, we'll see you after the game.